Hey, Tio here from OTR Performance. And in this episode, we're going to talk about how to buy a used truck. You must know the history of the truck. And these are some good questions you could ask. Ask if there's any records available for the truck for recent repairs. Ask what has been replaced and what is due for replacement. Most engines require rebuild after 700,000 miles, so keep that in mind. You could do a simple visual inspection yourself. First thing you could do is look at the tires. The tires are very important. The front tires take most of the beating. You can put your hand across the thread and feel if you have uneven wear, you could have leaky shocks, or bad ball joints. If the wear is mostly on the outside or the inside, you could have bad tie rods or steering components. So do a visual inspection of the front suspension. Even the back, you can look at the shocks for leaks or anything that doesn't look right. Tires could get very costly, so if you have low thread, you probably need to be replacing them soon. So keep that in mind. A few more things you can check is the engine. Make sure all the fluids are up to level. Make sure the coolant has no oil in it, and look at all the pipes, lines, and hoses. Make sure none of them are wet or leaking. A few things you can look at here in the back is at the axles. You can look at the drive shaft and the U-joints. Make sure there's no rust on the U-joints and they don't have play. Make sure they have grease. That means they always grease them. You could also look at the pinion seals, make sure they're not leaking, and the axle seals towards the tires. Also, you can look at the torsion bar on the axles, look at the bushings, make sure they're not broken or cracked. You could also look at the airbags, make sure those are not cracked as well or leaking any air. If they leak air, your air compressor is going to overwork itself, so keep that in mind. You could also look at the brakes. In the back is really easy to look at. The right behind the tire, around the inside the drum, you'll see the brake shoe linings. If they're thick, you have plenty of life left. If they're very thin, you're gonna have to do a brake job really soon. Take the truck for a test drive. Drive it, make sure it feels right for you. Also, keep an eye on the gauges. Make sure all the gauges work, all the temperatures are good, all the pressures are good. Make sure there's no check engine lights and that you like driving the truck and you're comfortable in it. Buying a fleet truck could also be a good option. Fleets always update the trucks and they keep up with regular maintenance. The repair shops have records of mechanical history and proof of regular maintenance, if not even early maintenance. The only downfall is that company drivers could be harsh to the trucks they don't own. It all comes down to the buyer being aware of what they're buying. So do your research so you're not stuck with a bad purchase. That's it for this episode. If you have any questions, stories, or if you want to add something, comment below. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and visit our website, OTRPerformance.com. Until next time, keep hauling.